That's such loud happy words. Do, 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 do. Oh my god.
Is it recording?
I hate you a little bit. This could be embarrassing.
Of course it's going to be embarrassing, it's us.
So today, Charlie, what did you do?
Well, today, Alice, while we were preparing to do this video, I was fixing some of the pins on my wall, as you can see here, and I took a yellow pin out of the wall and put it in my mouth because that's safe. I then proceeded to drop it out of my mouth onto my yellow bed, and we have yet to find said yellow pin.
So if we can't continue doing videos anymore because Charlie now has a pin permanently stuck into her face,
I apologise.
That's
But it's just my life. And Alice also thought, later I picked up a new pin, and Alice seemed to think that I'd been lying about dropping the original pin, and in fact I'd just been holding it all along.
It's been a long day.
Perks have been
a Wallflower.
Woo! This is part of our Wreck It and Review series. Alice recommended it for me.
I wrecked it, she's going to review it. So,
let's do this!
Let's do this! Last summer, Charlie and I decided that it would be a good idea to swap a book list of the 20 best books that we had read so far. Not just in 2012, but also just in general, of all the books that we had read before we started being friends. And one of the books that I gave Charlie, which she had not read up until that point, was The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. If you haven't read this book, you need to read this book. That's what everybody says to you. If you haven't read it, you need to read it. It's kind of the sort of book that when you're at a certain age, just kind of mid-teens to maybe early 20s, this is the sort of book that is kind of just a rite of passage to read. I thought Charlie would like it because I had liked it. We seem to have quite similar reading tastes. It took me a little bit of time to get into this book. I'm not really sure why that was. It might have been the letter style narrative, and I'm not going to lie, at some points it did seem a little bit repetitive because of that writing style. But I really enjoyed it. It really gave you an insight into the main character Charlie's thoughts and feelings about what was happening to him and what he was going through. And yeah, I just enjoyed it, and I thought Charlie would really like it. One of my favorite quotes from the book, I'll just give you a snippet, is this. So I guess we are who we are for a lot of reasons, and maybe we'll never know most of them. But even if we don't have the power to choose where we come from, we can still choose where we go from there. We can still do things, and we can try to feel okay about them. Never truer words spoken, Mr. Charlie.
Perks of Being a Wallflower. When I was first given this by Alice, I really did not want to read it, mostly because the cover is a little bit creepy. If you can see this guy here. I don't know, I thought it looked a bit like a scary book, and it was summer and I didn't want to read a scary book. But I was wrong. I love this book, and which is unusual because I normally don't like books that have got the same character name as me, because Charlie is always a boy and he's always annoying. But I actually found that I loved this Charlie. He was just so sweet, and you just wanted to give him a hug the whole time. And yeah, it's a good book, and I liked the fact that it was letter style, but it was a one-sided letter, so you felt like Charlie was addressing you personally because you were never reading the replies, because you didn't get any replies. And it was just the way it all built up and it worked, and you could see Charlie working through a lot of himself, and he worked through a lot of issues that a lot of people his age and even older, and he's 16 in the book, have to deal with. And it's just, yeah, I loved it. Well done, Alice. As for my favourite bit, I'm going to go for the bit that everybody expects you to go for when you talk about Perks of Being a Wallflower. But I'm not going to go for the first time it was mentioned, I'm going to go for the last time. When it was, because I was standing in the tunnel, and I was really there, and that was enough to make me feel infinite. And the reason I like that so much is because it's actually a feeling I really connect with. I do get that feeling of being infinite, and it's normally in the small little things. Especially I got it a lot last summer because it was so sunny, and Alice and I went to book festivals, and it felt great. So yay, you should definitely read this book.
So,
Yay to the book!
yay to the book! We both enjoyed the book.
Yes!
Which is, it's good because we do have kind of a similar taste in books.
It's true, but
There are exceptions.
definite exceptions.
This wasn't one of them.
Perks of Being a Wallflower is also a movie, and although this still has a cellophane on it, I promise that we have actually seen it. We went to the cinema to see it, and it was very exciting because it has Emma Watson in it, and you know, we're from Britain, she's from Britain, it's very exciting, and we could potentially have been her if we'd looked anything like Hermione when we were 10, which we didn't.
We didn't.
But nor did we try to. But
one of the good things was that it did stay true to the book, I thought.
yes, it really
In
did.
its majority, it did.
And I felt it was really well cast. Like you felt like the people that you were seeing on screen were the people in the book, which was really exciting.
They took on the characters really well.
They all, yeah. And Stephen Chbosky, is that how we're
I
pronouncing
think
it?
so, that's how we're doing it. I'm sorry if it's a mispronunciation.
But you know, yeah, he had a lot to do with the making of the movie, I think, and I think it really showed like nothing that as a reader you felt was important was left out. So I feel like that often happens. You're watching a movie and your most important bit's been missed out because it can't actually be described in picture. Oh, we need to give a big thumbs up to our first ever subscriber.
That was exciting.
Yeah. And also to our second subscriber, who is my little brother, but you don't really get a thumbs up because that's cheating.
So yeah, if you have any comments about your own thoughts of the Perks of Being a Wallflower, book or movie, make sure you put them down below, and if you feel like subscribing, we wouldn't mind if you did that too. We'll talk to you soon. Bye! You didn't say bye.
Bye!
Please go away!
I'm going now. Alice, come back. Perks of Being a Wallflower is also Perks of Being a Wallflower. Oh, for God's sake.
A wallflower being a perk.
The perky wallflower once said, Emma Thompson, no! Oh my God! No!